Entanglement is the same as non-duality, the same thing that Schrodinger was studying. How? Superposition, particles existing in multiple states until measured. That is exactly the Atman. Okay, quantum field. It says even empty space isn't empty. Same exact thing as the Akash. It's the field that holds everything together. This one's my favorite, the multiverse theory. Infinite parallel realities. That is exactly how the lokas are defined in Vedic cosmology. Now, alchemy is an Arabic word. Alchem means of Egypt. Both of these cultures use a consciousness-first science. The reason why so many brilliant minds are into this stuff is because what they carve on the walls looks like what we're inventing today. Ancient India rewrites history yet again. 1,000-year-old caves have just been inspected by stonemasons and engineers, and what they found is going to freak you out. These are the Barabar caves. There's 5 of them. Carved into solid granite, the polish is so smooth, it's smoother than machine-polished marble and slightly less than industrial glass, and 20 times smoother than industrial granite. Professional stonemasons were interviewed about recreating this project and how difficult it would be out of 10, and those are their answers. Most said it was impossible. A company called AGP, started by a former stonemason, scanned him with one of these. It's a spinning laser that creates millions of data points that can reconstruct the caves from the inside out with no distortion. Here are the results. The caves have perfect symmetry in the floor, ceiling, and walls. The walls are angled by just a few degrees. Why? Polishing with the aid of gravity is more than doable. That's what we do. Polishing a vertical wall and a curved ceiling, on the other hand, is... The walls have a perfect angle within 0.1 degrees. You can't even tell with your eyes. Why was this necessary? The acoustics of these caves are also ridiculous. Granite barely absorbs acoustic waves, and the dome at Sudama resonates at 74.9 Hz. This renders speech unintelligible in the chamber. Reverb is the time it takes a sound to decay into nothing. 60 seconds is the max my production software will go. Inside Notre Dame, it'll reverb for about 10 seconds. Sudama 62. Vapika is 70. When they were studying the acoustics, they discovered that the angled walls reduced the floating echo. The caves were rediscovered in 1785 by the colonizer dudes. No function of the caves has ever been discovered. The historical foundation is based on this crude hack job into the perfect walls. It says the absolutely perfect caves were used as a rain shelter. We can all agree that there was a lot of highly trained craftsmen that were needed to complete this. Yet we see nothing this precise anywhere else in India. How were they trained? How did they carve it with no electricity? Torches would suffocate workers if they didn't get silicosis. That's an incurable disease from inhaling rocks. Didn't seem like a concern. The only things we can compare it to are Nakshi Rostam, the Lycian rock tombs, Petra, and maybe a couple other sites like Kailasa. Kailasa was carved out of a single rock in traditional Indian style, decorated head to toe. This has no decoration and emphasizes the precision. The Rig Veda puts a heavy emphasis on sound. So what were they used for? Clues are in geometry. For more clues, check out the documentary this whole video is based on. It's on YouTube and narrated by the lovely Jane James. Words cannot describe what I'm about to show you. This is step 1. It's in India. Some of them go even 13 stories into the ground, like inverted pyramids. I feel like me, I was like, cool, pretty low, whatever. But these are traditional ancient walls. Greece, ancient China, that's ancient Egypt. What makes somebody want to build this when they could easily do something like that? It's India. You know it's going to be wild. There's 3,000 of these. And the secret, as always, is in sound. So this is a Chladni plate. When you put sand on a metal plate and draw a bow string across it, it makes geometry. This should look pretty familiar. That's because this is...
Hey guys!
The stepwell is modeled off of this frequency. Obviously it's a square that's going to line up, but line up the corners to the desert on that frequency.
Who's been shaved?
4 nodes that correspond to the
It's you. You look like a rat.
down at the top level of the stepwell. Follow this all the way down. Now if you've read the Vedas, this is going to be no shock, but Hindu architecture, especially the pillars, are encoded with sound. That pillar in particular shows exactly how sound really moves through the air, and it's in octave ratios if you count the notches.